So I made a video back in August talking about the launch bonus that I got from Amazon for my Kindle Vella story. And if you watched that video, you know that I was actually really surprised because the bonus was pretty large and it didn't make a lot of sense to me because based on the numbers that I was seeing in my Kindle Vella dashboard, I actually thought that my story was performing pretty poorly, especially compared to what I could have expected to see a 99-cent short story do for me if I was to have published it just in the regular Kindle store as a normal ebook. But even though I couldn't explain the metrics at all, with the bonus that I got from Amazon for the story, this underperforming story ended up making me more money this year than I have made total on the most recent short story that I've published on the normal Kindle store this year. Now, that story did actually come out last year sometime, so it's definitely lost some of its momentum, and my short stories and collections have never sold as well as my novels do. But still, it was just really strange, and I was just kind of really surprised because it almost seemed too good to be true, like too big of a reward for not really a lot of work. And that is almost never the case with anything in life. In that video, I basically explained that the only possible explanation that I could use to rationalize why my story had performed well enough to get a bonus the size that it did was because the overall number of stories that were published on the Kindle Vella platform might have been much lower than I was anticipating, and also the number of readers that were actually on the platform and buying tokens and reading stories was also a lot lower than I had expected, which conceivably would mean that it would take a lot less traction for a story and a lot less overall volume of readers going through your story to have a higher performing story than it would if it was in the regular Kindle store. I ended that video by saying that even though I was happy with the bonus, I still don't really know where Kindle Vella is going to fit into the grand scheme of my publishing schedule and roadmap and what I'm going to be writing in the future. But I did think that maybe if my theory about the volume of readers and stories being lower was true, it might be a good opportunity, the platform that is, for newer authors to maybe be able to gain some readership and have some discoverability that might be a little easier than they might find going into the traditional Kindle store. But again, that's just completely my opinion and I might be completely wrong on that. After I made that video, I was just kind of content to kind of put Vella into the background of my mind and not really worried about it anymore. My numbers for the month of August weren't really looking as good as they were for that portion of July where Vella had launched, so I just kind of assumed that it was all going to fizzle out and my story was just going to kind of die a slow death on the platform, thinking that the initial boost that I got from my audience based on my newsletter and my Facebook post is what had caused the story to perform well enough in the beginning to get that larger bonus. Well, then I got an email a couple days ago and Amazon is giving out a second round of launch bonuses to authors, and I did get another one that honestly shocked me. It's about 70% less than the one I got previously, but even with that drastic drop off, when you do the math, the numbers are just truly baffling to me, and I wish so badly that I could understand this. So my story, Lance Brody and the Ghost in the Crowd, had a total of 47 episode reads on the Kindle Vella platform for the month of August. Now, it's a 10 episode story, so to make this easy math, I'm just gonna round that up to 50, which means that for the month of August, I had a total of 5 people that read the entire story, that read all 10 episodes. So if you divide the dollar amount of the bonus that I got by 5, that means that each full story read through that I got on Vella netted me $23.12. What? How is that possible? This is a 12,000 word short story. But wait, it gets even weirder. Don't forget, Amazon lets every reader sample the first 3 episodes of any story completely free. And on the Kindle Vella dashboard, they break it out and they show you actually the total number of episodes you had read, but they also have a separate column showing you how many of those episodes were actually paid episodes, meaning people actually spent their tokens to read them. And of the 47 total episode reads that I had in August, only 19 were actually paid episodes. So again, for the easy math, round that up to 20, and now that means that I only had 2 people that actually read the entire story, all 10 episodes. Which now means that each paid full read of my story on Kindle Vella for the month of August has netted me $57.80. Do you see why I'm so confused by this? Now don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining about this at all. I'm very thankful for the bonus, and I love that Amazon has built this platform. I think any innovation in the publishing world and a new way to help authors promote their work and a new way for readers to find new work is just going to benefit everybody in the long run. I just wish I could understand the data so I could better analyze it and see how it fit into my business plan. Because these numbers are just bonkers and not making a lot of sense and kind of just skewing all of my data. If I had published this story as just a regular 99-cent ebook on the Amazon Kindle store, getting my normal 35% royalty for that price point, I would have had to have sold 1,431 copies of that book in 2 months to make the same amount of money that I've made with these Vella bonuses. Now, I don't know what Amazon's plan is and how much longer they're going to be giving out the launch bonuses for stories. I can only assume that here in the near future, they're going to revert back to something like they do with Kindle Unlimited, where they're only going to be giving bonuses and awards to the top performing stories. But as of right now, my stats for the month of September are at least on par to match or exceed my stats for episode reads in the month of August. So I'm just kind of curious to know what's going to happen next. So all in all, I'm still not really sure how Vella is fitting into my publishing schedule going forward. It's still just too early to tell. But what I do know right now is I'm glad that I took the time to write the story and test out the Vella waters at launch. It was exciting to explore a new platform, and so far, it's been a gamble that has paid off. But I would love to know what your experience with Kindle Vella has been like over the past 2 months, whether you're a reader or an author, so drop a comment down below, let me know. And if you're an author that's doing really well in Kindle Vella, definitely shoot me a message, let's chat. I would love to learn more. But that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button down below. It really does help me out. Subscribe to the channel if you would like to see videos in the future, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.